Yeah, I believe you've got some commentary around how health and safety and HR can work together about trying to get it on the agenda and, get the time, budget, resources available to do the activities that we need to do.
Yeah, and often, if you've got two voices, your voice becomes louder. And then also when you're an exec and two different people are coming to you and they've written something together that meets both of their outcomes, your brain automatically jumps to, well, hold on, I'm paying X and I'm getting double benefit. So I think then that shows that both A, it is important, B, that you understand finite resources in a business and that you're not obviously asking for something just because it's topical, and also that you've got commitment from others in your business that they'll work with you on getting these outcomes. So I think that's really critical, that if you are going to try and push something to a board and exec level, the ability to maximize your chances of getting something both on the agenda and approved and then funded, only the more amount of voices you have will obviously improve those rates. I think the other thing is that most people probably don't appreciate is that, boards have to set risk appetites for the business. They set, which markets they can enter, how much capital they need to deploy per year or, return on investment. A very similar process has to occur for non-financial risk. We do it often a lot, and you hear it, most companies have golden rules or they have certain, rules that you have to follow. That is the board setting a risk tolerance that if you do a task, you will have this in place. If you step outside, bad things will happen for you. Unless that it's a systemic issue, and hopefully the business has a just culture process that doesn't just admonish the worker, actually looks at why the conditions cause the event. But I think that's really important to acknowledge the fact that you need to help call out non-financial risk to your board and get them to understand that their current either lack of determination as to where does the risk tolerance line sit can cause grey, and then that may help them or sort of not help them when it comes down to proving due diligence. And I think that sort of model where those principles of due diligence could really be leveraged by HR to get that resourcing to improve those levels of learning, but also for things like lowering span of control, increasing spend on either coaching or leadership activities, or even just down to getting that people data, just sort of don't just do a one thing pulse survey. And stop asking people, questions of, are you happy? Start asking them questions about, how does your manager support you? Start asking them questions like, do you feel like you've got no one to go to? All of those indicators that are actually more representative of people's both longer term state, but also asking and seeking that information around those things that employers can control, which is resources, work direction, and job design.
Yeah.